Hey everybody, Alex Miller at Capneon here. I'm with Jack Phillips. I want to show you a feature of Ghost PAI that I believe is really unique, and I think I can convince you that it's something potentially really important and transformative. So in the past, we'd showed you a feature for doing access control via cryptography. We'd showed you this trick where you can analyze data that stays encrypted without having to decrypt it. A big challenge with data in general is that once you give it to somebody else, you don't have any control over what they do with it. As a consumer, they might resell it to some other company that could then lose it. You don't even know you were involved in that breach. If you're a business, for example, a hospital, HIPAA will hold you liable for data you share with a partner that is then lost. And I think we have a good answer to this problem in that our secure multi-party computation technique allows you to see what other people are doing with your data downstream and possibly exercise some accountability control for what they're doing. So in front of you here, you see just a kind of demonstration of this. And we're going to go through some details in the context of that voting application we showed you, explaining, just what this is about and why it's important. So just to get started, Jack, why don't you tell everybody a little bit of what they're looking at right now?
So what you're looking at is our audit report page. You can see all of the data you own down here, and you can see all of the work that's been done on it. Right now, all of the data is owned by myself, and all of the work has been done by myself. So all you see here is the work that I've done on my own data. You can see I can decrypt it, and it'll tell you exactly what kind of work that I've done with it. Now, in the past, we've shown you a voting app that we have using our plugin. Now, I'm going to come over here and answer a poll in our voting app. How many games will the Blues win in the playoffs? Well, I'm very confident in our team, despite the game last night. I'm going to say they're going to win the Stanley Cup and get 16 games. So I'm going to cast our vote, and you can see the data is being encrypted. The voting app is tallying the votes, and in just a minute, it's going to take us to the results. As we can see here, we've given our poll to a lot of smart people because most people agree with me the Blues are going to win it all. Now, if we come back to our audit report page, we can refresh here and see the voting app has now accessed our data. It's done some linking operations to see what we voted for. And you can see it's added the new encrypted data to the list of data that we own. And it's told us over here that the voting app has tried 2 linking operations on it just now.
Yeah, fantastic. Could you show everybody maybe a demonstration of just some of these other kind of analytics and the kind of how they might show up in the audit report?
Absolutely. So over here, we have a quantitative testing Jupyter notebook open. So we're going to load in some data here. We're going to come down here and encrypt that data. We're going to encrypt some more data, merge it with our own data, maybe decrypt a section of it, and maybe run some statistics on it and get some calculations out of that. Now, when we come back over here to our audit report page, if we refresh again, you can see some new data has been added to our list. Those operations that we just did have been added to the requests list, and everything is totally transparent.
Yeah. So the intention here is that we're working on this voting app. You could use that to get information from your friends, and then your friends would be able to make sure that you or that the operator of the voting app, which is us, or potentially anybody that data got shared with, is using it in a way that you agreed that your data could be used. Jack, what might you be able to do if you saw something in here that you didn't like, assuming that, you've got your token and you've got ability to set your permissions? What would happen next?
Well, if you see someone doing something you don't like with their data, you can simply take away their permissions. It's a very easy process using Ghost PII. And if you decide you want to give them more permissions because they need to do some additional operations, you can do that too.
Yeah. So I think this is really exciting. The capability here is that you can give data to people who could give it to somebody else. And these days, I think these chains get really long. You have a long downstream of people using data about you, and you can control, audit, see, edit how they're using it, and even conceivably, in a sense, destroy that data by just turning off the permissions. And I think there's a really powerful fit from that technique onto a lot of problems and frustrations people have today. So if you think this is interesting, related to kind of headaches you have, let us know. This is coming soon.